Introduction. When we speak about stress, we're referring to how we behave when we feel threatened or under a lot of pressure. The great majority of the time, it takes place when we are placed in a scenario that we do not believe we can manage or control. If you are a woman who is part of a larger group that is experiencing stress, your individual reaction to the stress may differ from that of the other members of your group. Even if the source of your stress is not addressed, it is quite likely that this will continue to be the case. There are times when women may benefit from a little bit of stress because it brings us closer to our goals and makes us feel more energized. Stress, on the other hand, might be problematic if it is felt for an extended period of time or in a very severe manner. Under some conditions, stress may be harmful, not just to our mental health, but also to our physical health. Stress is difficult to measure objectively since it is an emotion that each woman experiences differently. Women who are now experiencing it are the only ones who can fully assess whether or not it exists and how horrible it feels. Women who work in the medical industry may undertake surveys to have a better understanding of their stress and how it affects their lives. If you are suffering from chronic stress, a female medical expert will be able to analyse the stress indications that you are now experiencing. This assessment will take place. For example, hypertension is a condition that may be identified and treated well to bring it under control. The first step in developing an effective stress management plan is to identify the particular causes of tension that exist in a woman's life due to her gender. The problem is not as clear as it seems at first glance. It is relatively straightforward to recognise big sources of stress, such as changing jobs, moving, or going through a divorce. However, identifying the things that contribute to continual stress in one's life may be more challenging. For example, changing jobs may be stressful since it requires a great deal of change. For example, for some women, changing occupations may be a stressful process. It is all too easy to dismiss the ways in which one's own ideas, emotions, and actions contribute to the stress that one feels on a daily basis. It is critical that you do not make this mistake under any circumstances. On a regular basis, many women make the error of thinking in this way. Despite the fact that women are aware that they are always concerned about work deadlines, it is probable that women's proclivity for procrastination is the core cause of their stress rather than their actual job needs. This is due to the fact that women procrastinate more than men, despite the fact that they are fully aware that achieving work deadlines causes them tremendous stress. This is nonetheless the case with them. Rhythmic activities are particularly beneficial in this respect due to the way they stimulate the body's parasympathetic nervous system. This is despite the fact that almost any kind of physical activity may help to burn off tension and stress. Exercises, including brisk walking, running, swimming, dancing, cycling, and aerobics, may offer comparable health advantages. But whichever path you finally choose, make sure it is something you like doing, so that you will be more likely to remain with it. This increases the chance of your success. As a result, you have a higher probability of achieving your objectives. When you're doing physical exercise, make it a point to pay attention to your body and the sensations you're having, both physically and at times emotionally. This is a critical step in getting the most out of your exercises. As a result of this, you will be able to get the most benefit from your exercises. You may, for example, concentrate on matching your breathing pattern with your movements, or you could pay attention to the sensations created by the air or sunshine on your skin.